It's Honeysuckle and Rachel Blackmore, Racing's golden duo!
Tiger Roll joins the greats and beats Magic of Life.
Best behaviour on the near side with the wettest of saves for Barry Brown and Oliver McKiernan. Local trainer Derek McLaughlin again, the honest Lord Lyon wins it from...
It's Sampo on the stand side before he had the second last. Fahey lands in the lead by half a leg and goes on from Sampo.
Killian, how are you doing? Dublin Racing Festival. You know, what a time of year. It's really gearing up now.
Not too bad now, James. Good, yeah. Getting very close now. What a Wednesday. Yeah, geez, it's nearly the best weekend of the year, I'd say. It's some crack, and 2 days there in Leopardstown, about 7 or 8 grade ones. You couldn't beat it.
In terms of pure quality, it's definitely probably the best festival in the calendar, both in Ireland and England. You know, you have 2 days there, as you say, they're full with grade ones. The handicaps are all very competitive, you know, and while Cheltenham is obviously the pinnacle of the sport and that, and you know, myself and yourself love it as much as anybody. In terms of pure quality, this is number one for me.
It is, yeah, definitely. Like, I think the only other race meeting in jumps or flat that comes near it is Arc Weekend in Longchamp. That's it.
Mind your flat.
That's flat. That's what I mean. Like, it's nothing comes near it in terms of jumps racing. Like, for the quality you get over 2 days. Like what's the worst horse that's going to run here rated? Like, probably 110. Like, you know.
Yeah,
and they won't feature probably either. Like, so like, it's all 130 plus yokes in nearly all the handicaps and everything. Like, so it's serious stuff.
It's a super weekend of it. I suppose just a small bit of housekeeping before we go any further. We've got 2 competitions on our Twitter page at the moment. The first is with Hacked Up. They're giving us a whole range of stuff to give away. That competition ends Friday. And also for the Dublin Racing Festival, we've got 2 flexi tickets, so you can go either day. And Cheltenham magazine that's coming out with from the Irish field. They do it every year in the lead up to Cheltenham. It's coming out on the 15th of February, and you can pre-buy that on their website there. So we're giving away a copy of that as well with your 2 DRF tickets. So make sure to check that out on our Twitter page and give it a retweet there and see how you go. We'll be picking the winner for both on Friday. So keep an eye on our Twitter page for that. Right. Killian, I suppose we'll get down into it. We're going to have a preview on Friday as well with Paddy Aspel. So this is more so just looking at the Antepost side of it. You know, and see what value is out there at the moment. We won't go into too much detail on the different races. We'll do all that on Friday with Paddy, please God.
Yeah, I think the main thing was there's no point going through some of these when we don't have the declarations. Like, we just have the forfeit stage entries now at this stage. Like, so I think the best thing to do is just sort of go through it, see does that, and take your eye out in the sort of Antepost betting. Like, there's betting on every race. So that's basically what we're going to do in this video.
Yeah, so we'll start off on the Saturday. The Italian Lacey and Partners Grade 1 Novice Hurdle. Was there anything there now that you'd be looking at that's going to shorten between now and Saturday?
I'm not
you'd
sure.
Be looking to get on before the decks come out?
Yeah, I don't know. I could see nearly everything standing their ground, to be honest. I don't see why any horse wouldn't run here. Like, favourite Goodland's definitely going to run. Said it. This is a race before he goes to the Ballymore. Then you're looking down at there, like Absolute Notions. It looks like he's going to run. Sandor Clegane, Paul Nolan said he's running. The English horse is going to run by all accounts. The owner really wants a runner here. Said it's great prize money and stuff. American Mike hasn't ran since was it December, the end of November. He's probably going to run. Like, so they're all probably going to stand their ground. So I don't know what I'm backing at now. Thinking it'll shorten. Like, I don't know, is the favourite going to shorten? Probably not.
Probably not. I'd say if he goes off 9-4, I'd be surprised. I'd say he'll go off bigger. You know, I think
maybe
he's
one of the each way horses, Absolute Notions, maybe.
Yeah, the English horse, once that's declared for Nigel Twiston Davis, I wonder could that be one? because I like the look of her. She'd be a live contender here as far as I'm concerned, third behind Hermes Allen. Won at Cheltenham on New Year's Day, and the first two horses in that race pulled well clear, and about 20 lengths clear third, and the horse that was second came out and won since. You know, that'd be the horse that I probably like for the race. Will she shorten much? Probably not. With American Mike and Grange Clare West there, they shouldn't be the prices there either, I don't think.
Yeah,
But,
looking at it here, like Willie's horse, Houet de Paris, has gone from 14s into 8s. Absolute Notions was 20s with Sky Bet. So I'd imagine the money has come for them at those prices. It's not going to shorten anymore. Yeah, I'd be leaving this one off till Saturday.
Okay, yeah. And I'd probably be happy enough to leave it off as well at this moment. Onto the Grade 1 Juvenile Hurdle then. Lossiemouth, odds-on favourite, very hot. Blood Destiny, the obvious danger. Would they be getting involved?
You can have Lossiemouth at 1-2. I won't be backing it. Yeah, I'd back Blood Destiny there. He's 9-4, William Hill. Yeah, I'd be backing him before the decks anyway.
Will you? Yeah.
Yeah, I just like, maybe she's better than him. She probably is, but like the 2 races she's won have been at a crawl, and like if they go any sort of gallop here, it will put her under a bit more pressure than what she's been used to. And I just think he's a very, very good horse. Like, he won the last day by as far as he wanted. I know it was sort of, the race sort of fell apart, but like he clocked a good enough time and stuff. So I think he's fair enough there at 9-4. I'd be backing him in the day as well.
Okay, yeah. And you reckon there's value there in 9-4?
I think so, yeah.
Rather than wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. My own opinion on that race will be Lossiemouth just wins. She's very good. Some bookies will have a price there on her to win on Saturday and win again at Cheltenham, and she'll go and do both. The Irish Arkle then, again, you jumping into anything?
No, even though I see Will Hiller 7-4 and appreciate it, and Powers are even money. That's just the only thing there. I can't see him going off even money either. Like, you know, if Dysart Dynamo runs, El Fabiolo looks like he could go up and trip to the float. Well, the Ladbrokes chase now. Banbridge is probably going to run. San Rahi is a Grade 1 winner. Field Door isn't good enough at this level. Visionarian the same. Flame Bearer mightn't even run. So like, I don't think you're going to get odds on and appreciated on the day. But he could be around even money 5-4. Maybe the 7-4 there is worth a bit. But like, you wouldn't surprise either if there's no way Townend doesn't pick appreciated as well. If him and Dysart are both declared, or El Fabiolo, or any of them. Like, I've never heard a lad fawning over a horse as much as him and appreciated. Like, he loves them. No matter where appreciated runs. Here, like, he's only injured here, but in Cheltenham, same thing. No matter where he runs, Townend is going to ride him. So you have to factor that in too, that when the jockey bookings are out, probably will be cut a tiny bit. So maybe the 7-4 is value there, and I think he goes and wins the race as well.
Yeah, he probably does. He's probably a horse now you find it hard to get a gauge on. Really, you know, he beat Everton out of sight as a novice hurdler, but beat very poor opposition. Like, you know, Ballyadam was second twice, hasn't won in his last 10 starts. Forget who else he beat, but they were poor horses. And then
Blue Lord.
Again, they didn't.
Blue Lord
wasn't second to him, anyhow. Blue Lord, he fell
at the last in the Supreme.
Okay, yeah,
he didn't bet out of sight as well, though.
Yeah, but yeah, he did. To be fair, and then, like, you know, as a novice chaser, he's had nothing to beat either. Like, you know, and you'd forgive him the run in the champion hurdle, but you know, Paul obviously loves him and that. But again, it's not a race that you know I'd be getting too excited about anything in at this stage. Brings us on to the Irish Gold Cup. A shocking poor renewal of it, in my opinion. You know, Galloping des Champs is 11-4 on. You know, I don't think, like, it doesn't matter whether that goes in or out or whatever. There's not going to be any sort of a price. He should go and win it. An interesting one, actually. I was looking at it today, because you need a total different horse to win over 3 miles at Leopardstown than you do 3 miles, 2.5 furlongs at Cheltenham. Out of the last 25 years, only one horse who has won an Irish Gold Cup has won a Cheltenham Gold Cup. And that's not in the same year. That's just in general. So if he was to win it this year, we'll say. Can you think of the horse that won it?
Size and John.
Size and John, exactly. And he went on to win it that year.
Yeah.
But he's the only one in the last 25 years who has won.
Oh, really? Even if you just won it any year?
Any year at all, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an interesting one for you. And, you know, I don't like him at all for the Cheltenham Gold Cup. He'll win here, all right. And this will suit him. He'd be better off then going to a Ryanair or something, as far as I'm concerned. Because
I think the track won't suit Statler as much as it'll suit Gallopin. But I'd love to see Statler get good and close and give Indo another boost ahead of the big one.
Yeah. But sure, there's nothing more to be said really on that race, is there?
No.
The Grade B handicap hurdle. Did you have anything picked out in this?
I didn't really know.
Like I had one there anyway. Like, first of all, you can look at Gordon's horses, and you know he's 4 there, and 'tis like a lottery to try and figure out who's got more up their sleeve. You've got Cool Survivor there, very unexposed, 3 runs over hurdles, 2 wins and a second. Hidden Valley Lake, very good form, mid 130s, 135, I think he's rated. Maxim, again, course and distance winner, up 34 pounds from his last 2 starts. You know, where's his ceiling? Sam's Choice won in his first handicap too, I think it was. Was it his first handicap over Christmas? I think it was. It was. Over 2 miles, 4 furlongs. Again, you know, where's his ceiling? And Jungle Pros has been a winning machine. You know, so it's like a lottery there. The one that I'd be looking at would be Blue Sari. You know, he had a very encouraging run last time out in the Munster Hurdle. He was second to Gaelic Warrior, and there was probably nothing off in that race. He was beaten about 15 lengths, but that was after a 260-day layoff. You know, he's rated 136 over hurdles, 150 over fences. He's 10-1 with Bet365, and he'll definitely be shortening it, I reckon. He's actually only completed 3 of his 7 starts over hurdles too. I'd say he's a horse that they've had difficulty with. Out of those 4 starts that he didn't complete, 3 of them all came within a short time frame of each other. So maybe there was something up there. But it'll be his first step up to 3 miles as well. Whether that'll suit or not, I'm not sure. But he definitely, I'd be sweet enough on him there now. And at 10-1, I think he's only going to shorten. There's no way he goes off any bigger than that. You know, so that's the one that I've earmarked for that anyway.
Yep.
Onto the handicap chase, Grade B handicap chase that day as well. I know, speaking briefly to you before this podcast, we both like the same one. I'll leave you take it away.
The wave. The wave is going to strike again. Like,
yeah.
It's getting sort of comical now at this stage, like with the Wave of the Sea. Obviously won the race last year off. Let me just get it here.
142.
100 and
he's 144
42, yeah, and he's up 2 pounds. That's it, yeah. So Shane Fitzgerald took off 5 last year. Be interesting to see who they put him on then. But he goes and he wins that race. Ran in Cheltenham in the Grand Annual, got beat, went back over hurdles. Got beat, then went up to 2 miles, 6 furlongs, and then went up to 3 miles. Very similar to what he did when he won the race in 2021 off 133. Went up to 2.5 miles, 2 mile 5, back to 2 miles in the Grimes Hurdle in Tip, 2 miles 6 in the Galway the Blazers, and then 3 runs over 3 miles before going back to 2 miles in Leopardstown. He's 10-1 now. It's an outrageous price. Like if he's off, he'll win. Yeah,
he's off anyway. Jeez, he's won it the last 2 years.
I know. Yeah, that's.
I wouldn't say if he's off, he'll win either.
Unless there's something else.
No, they don't. They don't. You target the same race that he's won for the last 2 years, undoubtedly. But I wouldn't say if he's off, he wins, because like Get My Drift is probably chucked in there too. Off 130 has been running in good races, and I'd say will definitely improve. Is probably well handicapped, but is very well found in the market for it as well. Fine Lorders then of Gavin Cromwell's, whose Cromwell has a 28% strike rate, I think, in the last 14 days. He's on fire. You know, and Final Orders has won 5 of his last 6 starts. You know, is rated 102 over hurdles and now 140 over fences.
Yeah.
You know, and there's been money for him as well. So there's a lot of options in there, but certainly a Wave of the Sea is a huge price. And again, another one that won't be 10-1 on the day. I'd agree with you there.
Definitely not. No.
There's only the bumper then left on the Saturday, and I think we're both in agreement there's nothing that needs to be discussed there. Okay, Killian, on to the Sunday then. We start off with the Mayor's Handicap Hurdle. Gordon Elliott won it last year with Party Central, and he's got another short priced favourite in it this year. The one that's really caught my eye is Bantown Girl. She was third in this race last year off a mark of 115. And she hasn't run over hurdles since. She's still rated 115. I think she was beaten maybe 7 or 8 lengths in it last year. This year she's been running over fences. She's had 2 runs in beginners chases. Has run very respectably in both of them, and now she's reverting to hurdles. You know, she has to be fit from her chase and exploits. And I'd just be wondering, did they have this one in mind for her? After running well in it last year, she's had another year now to strengthen up. She's admirably consistent. She's had 11 career starts. She's never been out of the first 4. You know, Stephen Carey trains her. He's a small trainer there in Kildare. You know, and she's 12-1. You know, taking into account everything I said there, that's another one at this stage that I'd be quite sweet on. There's 4 places on offer with all the bookies for that at the moment. You know, so that's probably one that if I was looking at it, I'd be saying, yeah, go ahead now.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm going to take you on with one here. Ryoga Choice for Henry de Bromhead. So her last run was in the Grade 3 in Down Royal. Magical Zoe won that. She was sort of hampered at second last, so it sort of stopped her momentum as she was coming with the run, beaten about 5 lengths, finished in front of Liberty Dance, who's the favourite. They were off level weights that day. Now it was Liberty Dance's debut over hurdles, but I still think that Ryoga Choice should have been a lot closer to the winners than she was, and she's getting 8 pounds of Liberty Dance now. Like, Liberty Dance could potentially be ahead of her mark, but I don't think that, like, Belle the Lioness didn't really advertise the form too well from the last day. Like, she just scraped home in a maiden hurdle. The Model Kingdom then was beaten by Impera Pass by 6 lengths, all right, but it was just sort of coming for second, and the winner was eased down. Look, I think the £8 swing there, she's about a 10-1 shot. I think she's 12-1 with Coral or something. So, like, she's a decent price. So I think I'd be taking her sort of each way as well. Now, maybe she mightn't shorten in, but I'd imagine she'll be Henry's number 1 there as well, looking at the other horses, Popova, and he's another one down the bottom. That's a 40-1 chance. I'd imagine Rachel will ride that. So, like, you have to remember too, Dublin Racing Festival, a lot of recreational punters betting this weekend, and a lot of people do bet on Rachel Blackmore.
Yeah, that's very fair. Moving on then, the Ladbrokes Novice Chase, over 2 miles 5 furlongs. Mighty Potter is the right favourite there anyway. You've got the RSA winner there in the race as well, James de Burley, and El Fabiolo is a fascinating entry too if he runs. Again, probably not getting involved at this stage.
No, I don't think so. Like, it looks like, though, with Appreciating not being entered, it looks like El Fabiolo and potentially Sir Gerard, depending how he goes when he runs next, are going to be the horses for the Turners. James de Burley, it looks like he could be the RSA horse on the basis of that and those jockey bookings. One horse I like in the race that I don't think he's going to win this, but adamantly chosen. I like him for
Here we go again.
I know he's an unbelievable jumper. He's savage. I think he's really, really good. Like, good ground would probably be the key to him. That, like, even though he did run second behind Jerry Colombe on Bottomless in Limerick, like, I think he'd be better for better ground. He could be one for the plate race in Cheltenham, the handicap. I just look at his mark here. I don't know. Does he have a chase mark at the moment? No, he's had three. He's actually had 4 runs over fences. But he hasn't got a mark yet. But
Okay.
you'd imagine it'll be similar enough to his hurdle mark. It might be sort of high 130s, maybe 140. Like he's won a
Yeah.
grade 3 all right, but like he's beaten out of sight in the grade 1 in the Drinmore. He'd beaten 4 lengths behind Jerry Clome in a tactical race in Limerick. I don't expect him to get near these today or there on Sunday, but I think he could be one for the handicap. He's about 14-1 for the plate. Like I'd like to see him just run well and just jump well again, get around, maybe come 4th or 5th and go there then.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. If the Ladbrokes Dublin Chase, then we move on from that to 4-1 on favourite in Blue Lord. The Bulmers Handicap Chase, I have one I like here, but I don't think there's any major panic on it in terms of price. So I'm happy to move on from that unless you want to jump in there.
I like one, but I wouldn't be going to back it yet. You might get, like, how many are entered at the moment? There's about 20, is there? Like, you might get 5 places off someone in the day. Now, where or when for Stuart Crawford. I like him. He won off a break in Down Royal in November, and he's off about a 90-day break now since that. He was down to run in Cheltenham last weekend in the 2.5 mile handicap that Il Rodotto won, but unsuitable ground. So that was soft. Like, it might be on the nicer side here, and then we might see him run.
Okay.
I like him. He goes well off when he's fresh, so he's about 10-1 shot there.
Okay, very good. There's nothing more for me and the rest of the card, to be honest. The Irish Champion Hurdle, we'll talk about more with Paddy Aspel. The same goes for the Novice Hurdle, where Facile Vega is 5-2 on. The Liffey Handicap Hurdle, again, I don't think there's any major rush there on anything myself. And then there's the bumper as well. So I'm happy to discuss all them in more detail on Friday evening, and we'll have the video up on Friday. Do you have any more to add to any of them races?
Yeah, just on the Facile Vega, the grade 2 novice race. Like, looking there, there's 9 at the moment. Gaelic Warrior probably isn't going to run, so that's 8. If one more comes out, you're looking at 2 places. American Mike, is another one that probably won't run. So you're looking at 7 horses. Everywhere is 3 places nearly, like all the main ones: Sky, Powers, William Hill, Betfair, all 3 places. If you wanted to have a go at Irish Pointer and In the Pocket, even High Definition, like, I think High Definition could give them a race.
Yeah.
So look, I think if
that's well spotted on the places.
13-2 there in High Definition. I don't see him out of the first 3 in the day. He needs to improve his jumping, but if he does improve his jumping, obviously high class horse in the flat. So
yeah,
and he's got a serious engine as well.
And as you said, it looks like there's going to be a maximum of 7 runners.
Yeah, it looks like max 7. There could be 6. There could be 5. I don't know.
You're definitely getting value there if you know that something is going to go and you want to have a poke at something each way, because I don't want to get into it now. Facile Vega, I'm not totally gone on myself anyway. So that's a very fair angle to take on it. So I suppose we can wrap it up there, Cillian. We'll be back on Friday evening with Paddy. We'll discuss them all in a lot more detail. We'll have the declarations. We'll know the final fields. And we'll just go into it all in a bit more detail then. So for now, that's it from us, and we'll see you Friday.
Yeah, best of luck.
Vauban finds more now and kicks away and up the hill. Vauban wins the JCB Triumph Hurdle.
Round the home turn, Davy Russell decides to send Presenting Percy on now.
It's a beautiful straight, 11 victories for Honeysuckle. She is the winner of the Unibet Champion Hurdle.
Heaven help us, runs riot to win the Coral Cup.
Manila Indo is all out, flat out, but he wins the Gold Cup.